Alright, so I had a lot of healing experiences, transformational recently, and I just want to share. Oh wow, I have some horns here. This is crazy. uh, Maybe a different background. Okay, so yeah, this feels better. Um, I had a lot of insights that I want to share, and I was in nature hiking for 2 days, um, and stayed overnight. And one of the nights, um, felt like a rite of passage in being with myself, taking care of myself, and honoring myself, and meeting everything in myself. So I feel like it came out as a victory. Hey. And today I had a powerful healing session. Last week I've done more trainings than I've done ever. Four qigong classes in a row. It's been super intense, and a lot of other emotions rising up to the surface. A lot of tsunamis of fear, of anger, of sadness, and a lot of gold being shared and seen coming to the surface. And so the biggest lesson here for me has been, that everything is perfect. Everything is exactly the way it should be. It's always been a cliche for me, but now I really starting to anchor that into my body, that there is a right time and place for everything. I met a guy when I was on my way back, and he was gonna go howl for wolves, and I was looking for my tent because I left my tent because it was so heavy in the forest, and we walked past each other, and then I went up in the forest area and like running around looking for my tent, and then I met him at an abandoned building. I was afraid of this building. I was like, oh my god, this is like ghosts here, it's super spooky. But then I was like, okay, I gotta meet this. I gotta face this. I'm protected. And then he was standing there, and so we engaged in conversation. He shared his power bank with me so I could charge my phone, so I could find my tent. Treated me to some food, and then he actually followed me to where I was going as a guide, like in the night. And it was like, there's a meaning to our meeting, and I feel like there's a meaning to every meeting. But just an example of divine orchestration, because he was gonna go howl for the wolves, but initially he had thought that I'm gonna go to this place where I was going. He thought, okay, I'm gonna go there, but then he changed his mind, and he was gonna go to the place where I was coming from. So I hope that makes sense. But anyways, so he ended up following me there, and we started howling for the wolves, and they replied, and so we had a communication with the wolves. And I missed a train or two, but that was such a powerful experience, and I got a personal guide I was provided for. And I have had so much fear and anxiety and pain around people, and then I just meet all these, in a way, like angels. I meet people who come and support. And which brings me to the second lesson, that, well, the first lesson is that everything is the way it is. It's not, and resisting it is not going to make it better. So everything is exactly as it should be, and we're ready. When we're ready, things are going to happen and start unfolding. Which leads to the second lesson, which is really that every experience is a lesson. and I've always, I've known these things for a long time, but I haven't really truly understood or embodied, and I'm starting to learn. So I want to share this with you because I think it's important. Revelations. And basically, we're not really here to just have a great experience. We're not really here to be happy all the time, to just enjoy ourselves. I mean, that's important. You could say that's important, but really life is a school. And this is what I learned, again and again. Life is a school, and every challenge is there to help us build strength. So when we have demons come visit, it's for us to grow stronger spiritually, to face them, whether it be mental demons, whether it be demons in other frequencies of light that we cannot perceive, or energies, and all that kind of thing, that the darkness. So it's really for us to grow stronger in our light and be a light unto ourselves. And life is just cool. So no experience is better than the other, but it all contains lessons. So we're just learning. We're always learning, and we grow, and then we glow. And yeah, and there's a time and place for everything. So the ultimate lesson then is surrender. And that's something that I find to be the hardest part about this human life, is to actually let go, to trust that things are going to work out. And that means also to live in abundance, to know that everything's okay, things are going to work out, you're going to be fine. You have everything you need right now. And yeah, so those are some insights. Everything happens for a reason. There's always a meaning to everything, and when the time is right, it will happen. Before that, there's no need to push it. At the same time, we always have an intention. We can have an intention of moving forward and not just hide from what is dark, from the shadows, but face them over and over. And that leads to learning the lessons and integrating the lessons. I'm back here with the horns. I wonder what it means. It's almost like a stag, but with yeah. It's kind of scary, actually. Anyway, lessons, blessings, challenges, opportunities. It takes a while to learn. That's also a lesson in itself. And yeah, for all the fear, all the demons, and all the darkness, they're also there to support us. So nothing is actually dangerous. Even fear is safe. Fear is a guide. All our emotions are guides, and we're just growing from them. Sometimes they overwhelm us, but at the end of the day, we can come back eventually to our place of centered peace, and everything being in passing all the time, and transformation, and nothing stays the same. So those are some lessons and blessings. I hope these insights can also provide some support for your journey. That's why I'm sharing them, even though it takes a lot of courage to film, because my body is not super happy about being on camera. It's kind of scary, and I'm welcoming that. It's a lesson. Easier said than done, for sure, but at the end of the day, what are we committed to? What is our long-term goal? What is it that we wish to learn, to embody? And instead of looking for solutions and healing and light outside of ourselves, how can we find it inside? How can we cultivate that love, the truth that we get from material possessions? And we're taught to fight, to get what we need, survive. And what if, our emotional basis is what we're really looking for, is a sense of well-being? And what if that is an inner work? So we don't need to heal the world, we don't need to change the world, we just need to change ourselves. So all these sayings I've heard for a long time, but only now they're finally landing. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you for being here.